Hey everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here, and I wanted to share with you some of the hottest key digit numbers and how to use this to lock in some really cool hits. Not that I can guarantee anything on the channel or in the membership, but definitely pay close attention to these special numbers because they could help you unleash some hot patterns, okay? So we're going to start backtracking with North Carolina. We're going to go to January 19th midday. Okay, North Carolina had a hit of 882. Now, on the 317 rundown, I prefer rundowns. They're my favorite ways of how to track patterns for pick 3 games. So you'll see a lot of that on my channel, mostly 317 rundowns. However, feel free to use other rundowns. And if you guys are in other states, feel free to try and practice and see if this is a hot pattern for you as well. Getting back to 882. So we put the rundown, we have to put it together. Now, how do you count this out? If you're new, what I want you to do is I want you to add each number down the columns. So for the first column, we would add 3 all the way down. So 3 plus 8 is 11. For our 2-digit numbers, only use your ones, place your 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Only use your 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Use your 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. So you know you did it right. The number you start with will be the number you end with. Okay? Then you would simply add 1 all the way down the first column. 1 all the way down the second column. And 7 all the way down the third column. All right. Once you have your grids filled out, I want you to pay attention. When you guys see double splits pairs, you see this 0 and this 0, you see how they're split? They're doubles, right? And if you see doubles that are split, I want you to pay careful attention to your rundowns, okay? Some really simple patterns could be forming. All right, now we have the zeros here, but halfway down the rundown, the numbers are going to start mirroring, and I want you to make sure you have all your options possible. Okay, so how do we do that? You see this 0 0, it mirrors itself to a 5 5. I'm going to highlight those as well. Let's talk about mirror numbers because you're going to need to know what they are. They're very important. Okay, mirror numbers are the same number, but they're opposite, okay? Like a 0 could be a 5 or a 5 could be 0. There are others, so make sure that you write those down. 1 could be a 6, 6 could be a 1, 2 could be a 7, 7 could be a 2, 3 could be an 8, 8 could be a 3, 4 could be a 9, and a 9 could be a 4, okay? So with that said, I want you to make sure that you know halfway down, like that 882 becomes a 337. Whenever you see your splits, use both places because you never know where they're going to have the hits coming from. But if you're more advanced and you could kind of eliminate that, then of course you do what you need to do. For the other folks like myself, I like to cover myself. Now here's where it gets very interesting. This is what I've noticed for North Carolina. If you pay attention and you break these into pairs, simple pairs, you can either break it into a 0-2 or 2-0. We'll just say 0-2. I've noticed they're using like the middle digit up or down. So 0-2-1 could be a third number option, okay? 0-2-3, okay? If you see them using other numbers for the third number, just pay close attention and study, okay? Let's look at the 5-7. So I'm just going to say 5-7. We can go 5-7-6 if they decide to stay with the middle column, or 5-7-8, okay? Let's say you held on to those numbers, okay, maybe even for a couple of days. Well, what actually hit January 19th that evening? This went one draw, 5-7-6. Look at that, 5-7-6. So you could have caught it either way. Look at that, 5-7-6, 5-7-6. Could have caught it either way. Look at that, isn't that nice? Very nice. Y'all like that? Y'all go ahead and give your girl a thumbs up, because I do have another one I do want to show you. And I want you to pay attention to this as well. Another thing is pay attention when you see key digits coming across them. Okay? Notice that. See these key digits? Key digits are just hot numbers for me. They're kind of like zeros and fives, but I noticed with 2s and 7s for a lot of states, they're bringing some tremendous patterns, so you want to study them. Okay? So make sure that you guys know about the key digits. So when you're seeing this pattern, pay attention. Key digits could be 2s or as mirror 7. Sometimes there's 0s and 5s. And for North Carolina, 4 and 9. Pay attention to that as well. Okay? All right? So there was another hit that you guys had that had split, but they didn't have the third number option. But the pairs were hot. Okay? So that's why I said pay attention if you see the key digit numbers running across. That could be telling you it's really, really hot. Okay? All right? I wanted to point that out so you have some things to go on. Let me show you one more. Okay? So January 20th, there was a hit of 234 in North Carolina. Very nice. That could be telling you guys that some triples or false triples are coming on their way. Pay attention to that. So we're going to do the same thing. I noticed there was a double 8 split pair. Okay? I'm also going to do the 3s. Why? You never know where they're going to hit from. Okay? So if I'm looking, just keeping up with the pattern, 854, 856, 039, 031. Okay. All right. And let's say you held on to that number for like a couple of draws or so. Okay. Well, that 845 actually hit. It hit the next midday. All right. So again, these can fluctuate when they hit. So you may want to stay on top of them for a couple of days. So where was that 854? You can easily find it right here. Remember I was telling you guys about those key digits? This is very helpful. Okay? Sometimes, watch this. Key digits of 5s ran right across it. Okay? Got these zeros here. You see what I'm saying? So, every state has their own little something with key digits, but pay close attention. That 854 or 845 that hit was right on there. So when you guys see your doubles that are split, and especially if they have key digits that are coming across there, that could be something very hot to look at. Well, anyways, North Carolina, I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you guys on the next video.